Hey, I was just sitting back grooving and having fun, but I decided that I'm going to vlog about something that I had the television on earlier today, and I know these are ridiculously big. I think they missed the point. They were just cheap, and I broke my other ones. But I want to make a point about something I just saw on television. I had the television on, turned it on, left it on, rarely turn the television on. I got a brand new TV, rarely turn it on. But I had it turned on, I had the sound down, then I went in there and I saw it was still on. And I had it on something that didn't annoy me too much. It was like, it was on like some political station earlier, like public access. Then it was on. Then I turned. I think I got a phone call and I turned it to another channel. And then when I came back in here, it was on Larry King, and Larry King had Wanda Sykes on and a whole bunch of gay proponents or protagonists, I should say, people who are in favor of promoting homosexual lifestyle as a norm, this after like Wanda Sykes, after you decide, that you had a few kids, that you've been married a couple of times, that you're going to be homosexual. Now you're considered another minority group. So you switch from heterosexual to homosexual, and now you're a new minority group, and so she's fighting for privileges for this particular minority group. Been there through that argument before. So it was her and this comedian, this female, who's supposed to be very offensive. She makes offensive comments. Then it was Ellen DeGeneres, whatever. But anyway, so they were talking about this incident, like in the week of September, that there was a lot of homosexuals killing themselves, and they were killing themselves, and they felt that this was a good idea to interject the don't ask, don't tell policy, and that these were killing themselves for these young adolescents, homosexuals, young adolescents who decided homosexuality was their lifestyle or whatever, that they wanted to make this their lifestyle, and so they were being bullied or whatever. Was causing them to be bullied or whatever. So they were thinking. So this comedian, she had some. I forgot the name of the group, Trevor something Foundation, and she said that this is a thing. Now they use this for the don't ask, don't tell policy, and that these young kids are killing themselves because the don't ask, don't tell, which I don't even know what that fully is yet. It's something about the military, and that the gays in the military wants homosexuality to be part of their, they want to be open homosexual in the military where you're supposed to be fighting. Okay, so something about homosexuality is supposed to be about this. Okay, I don't know about what all of that is, but I guess they want to be able to have sex with soldiers and walk around with soldiers and all this stuff and all of that. And other people who are soldiers don't want that. Okay, but again, the gay homosexual agenda is supposed to be pushing this, and this is supposed to be their right to have sex, in the military, have sex with other military men instead of fighting. I don't understand all that. All right, but this is what I do understand, that young people are killing themselves. And if they take this as an opportunity to run their agenda of marriage prohibition 8, and use that and these political type of things as a means, and these deaths as a political means to further their agenda, I think it's a very sad injustice to those kids. It's just amazing. It's amazing that they would get, to me, that they would get on TV and say that these kids are killing themselves because of Prop 8, and which is marriage, which these kids probably ain't even old enough to get married, or if it was, even legally. And then to use this as, and one of the things that got me, as the one guy said that because they can't get married, they are considered a second-class citizen. Homosexuals are considered because the way you have sex, and because you're one of the many groups that can't get married. I guess, people who have incest, there's no moral reason other than biology, the laws of nature, in order to not, to marry, to have incest. And so you're saying basically that if you can't get married for incest, or you can't get married because of illegal, all the reasons that other people who are heterosexual cannot get married, you're saying that they're second-class citizens. No, it's just that it's morally wrong. It's just not correct. It's just not a lifestyle that is healthy for society, and it is in many ways against society, because immediately it starts to make foundations like the military, or the adoption agencies, or the family unit. It starts to manipulate them. I hate to use the word corrupt, but manipulate them into something that is all about sex. If you want to make your life all about sex, then goody for you. But it's okay, sex does mean a lot, but not to turn everything into about your sexual agenda. Sometimes you gotta stop having sex and gotta live, unfortunately. But what I'm saying is that it is very sad, and I really like what Larry King did. He asked the right questions, and he asked the appropriate questions, and he was a fair, unbiased. He said, "Are homosexual youth killing themselves anyway?" Yes, they are. They have a higher rate and all of that. And so they're saying, yeah, that's because of Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the military, and because of Prop 8. Because they're one of the many groups that can't get married, or just like, the polygamists can't get married, or is considered illegal or immoral, or that's just not the United States way of doing things, And so they kept blaming the leaders on these kids who are killing themselves. And if they do that, if they manipulate the cause of what is really the problem, whether you're homosexual or not, if you're a young child and you're being constantly harassed and bullied, it can cause them to falter into suicide. There are two solutions. There are two answers. There are two means to an end that are never a solution. It's murder and suicide. Taking a life is never an answer, whether it's your own or somebody else. It's never an answer. Shooting up a school, killing yourself, or hurting somebody is never a solution. And so so if they turn this into instead of dealing with the real problem, which is bullying, there was a young girl who another group of girls bullied her because her boyfriend wanted her because she was so pretty. And so they bullied the girl, the ex-girlfriend or the girlfriend bullied the girl, and she killed herself. Has nothing to do with homosexuality at all. And for that, yeah, they were bullied because they were homosexual. The problem is because they were homosexual, but it happens to whether bullying happens and suicide happens, bullying regardless of your sexuality. It's just bullying. So you're gonna miss the point. To turn it into completely your sexual agenda is wrong. And for Wanda Sykes and that comedian and the other guys who makes money off of this book about something else, this blonde dude, it's sad that they would do that. And so, deal with the real problem. The real problem is that people are bullying each other, and something needs to be done about the bullying, And the sad part about it, if you're going to blame anybody, then you'd have to blame YouTube, because that's what half of this stuff is happening, is people are getting bullied and they just want some entertainment to put on some darn on YouTube. So they had the one kid jumping off the bridge and they videoed it. I guess it's online or whatever, but it's that showiness. People that are so starved for attention that they will do anything to get attention and be considered a big guy. I'm the big guy. I'm better than everybody. That's because they're big on the outside and small on the inside. So very small on the inside to bully somebody else. If you're big, you're supposed to have compassion, and the strong is supposed to watch out for the weak and the smaller ones. And if you have more money than everybody else, you're supposed to watch out for the ones that don't have the money. That's why you've been given more blessing. If you have strength, you're supposed to watch the strong. You're supposed if you're strong, you're supposed to watch the weak. Those things that you're given. If you're given an extra amount of smarts, that's because you know how to handle it, what to do with it, and so you're supposed to bless other people and help them with wisdom and stuff like that. So anyway, I didn't want to go there, but I just. It was just so sad to see this the one young homosexual guy just immediately say, "Oh, well, it's because of Prop 8." Because they can't get married. People are the young kids that are getting bullied are committing suicide, and that's a lie. That's a lie, and that's not the truth. And that's sad that they would use it. Well then, then people have a different. That's not going to change bullying. If they went ahead and did it, that's not going to change bullying. Bullies are bullies. There's a lot to that. We have a mentality. You show television where it's violence and stuff like that, and people are applauded for violence. On constant media, and then when you have shows like Bad Girls, Bad Club, what is it? Club Bad Girls? I don't know what it's called. I've never seen it. You get together and a bunch of chicks sit up there and cackle and fight at each other, and then you put that on television, and then what's the first thing is you watch that, and then these 18-year-old girls, and I know some because my brother's got some, they want to do is fight, and be on TV, and you're glorified for it. So,